is the Week 7 overview for EDU 517, Summer 2018. In this week, we are discussing students as equal partners in the teaching and learning process. Our learning outcomes for this week include define and explain the terminology for curriculum design and evaluation, explain approaches to school curriculum and evaluation at the micro and macro curriculum levels, and clearly identify these in a district school and classroom, compare and contrast philosophies of curriculum design and evaluation, create a philosophy of education statement that includes a rationale for the selection and development of curriculum in a local district, school, class, and/or special setting. It also addresses the need for teaching morals and values in today's classroom. Design a school curriculum improvement effort that is responsive to present needs, structured by research-based criteria, and addresses educational needs of students for the future. Include objectives, procedures, and variety of assessments for the needs of diverse learners. Develop a performance assessment instrument for teachers to evaluate their progress of using a selected curriculum with a variety of pedagogical approaches for student learning. Of course, you will see this video attached right here. This week's reading includes Chapter 10 of the Curriculum Leadership Textbook. And this week's Christian message includes Romans 12:2. Our discussion this week discusses system-wide curriculum. And I see that some of you have already started your posting. Thank you. Your philosophy of education paper is assignment number 4. This is the signature assignment for the course. You cannot pass the course without completing this assignment successfully. Let's take a look at the assignment. So for this paper, you do need to use APA format, but you are going to write a narrative. That means you do not need to have an abstract for this paper for this class. And you're going to be writing your personal philosophy of education. Reflect and discuss the key points that you believe are relevant to education, including curriculum design, instruction, assessment, and evaluation, and the direction towards which our schools ought to be moving. Identify a rationale for the selection and development of curriculum within an educational setting of your choice. So that could be your school site, your school district, or your classroom. And justify the teaching of ethics, morals, and values in today's classrooms. Use a minimum of 2 scholarly references. Now is the time to get into the habit of using references that have been published in the last 5 years. Since it's been 50% of 2018, you can include 2018 plus 5 years back. So that would be 2017 back to 2012. That's the expected standard for your capstone project, which will be coming up at the end of your program. So in your minimum of 2 scholarly references, do try to make sure they're within the last 5 years and 6 months. So your deliverable is this narrative paper, and you do want to be sure that you submit it as a Word document. Here's some directions here. To review your rubric for this and to sort of pace yourself in the process, you can look here at the different parts which will be graded. Your personal philosophy of education is worth 12 points. And the research in support of your personal philosophy of education is worth 12 points. Where you discuss curriculum, instruction, assessment, and the direction towards which our schools ought to be moving, you will earn 12 points. And then remember to justify the teaching of morals and values in today's classroom. That is also a full 12 points. Finally, for 12 points will be your writing style and language mechanics and your APA format. So a few of you have asked for samples of the philosophy of education paper. I'm not permitted to release student work from previous terms without express permission, and I don't currently have any permissible samples to share. My own I wrote in 2003, which I know I saved it. I think I saved it on a floppy disk. And I don't have a computer with a floppy disk to retrieve it. But do make sure you use APA format and follow the rubric. You should be able to include all the correct sections and your own philosophy as well as your own justification. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to text, email, or call me. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week, which will be week 8. And do stand by for some announcements about our week 8 meeting.